This hypnosis experience is copyrighted by Key Guy Technology, LLC, your 2019 copyright. This hypnosis file is not to be duplicated and or distributed without express permission from Key Guy Technology, LLC. Please try out our product, the Hypnosis Key, by going to www.hypnosiskey.com. The Hypnosis Key is a digital package that comes with over 1,000 Hypnosis Mp3 files that are read by a hypnotherapist. The Hypnosis Key is a $20,000 value that we sell for a very low price. Again, go to www.hypnosiskey.com. That is spelled www.hypnosiskey.com. Please enjoy your hypnosis file.
Reject racialism script. You are currently in an agreeable spot inside yourself. Your body is totally loose and your brain is open and responsive to positive considerations. Furthermore, even as you turn out to be increasingly mindful of this solace and unwinding, you can start to understand that nice sentiments are produced from inside, as you anticipate appreciating the advantages of upbeat, positive contemplations and emotions. These are the considerations and emotions which help enact and discharge the vibrate synthetic compounds in your cerebrum, the endorphins that make parity and agreement in your physical self as the mind-body correspondence happens. It wasn't generally that way. There have been times as of late when you discovered antagonistic, appalling contemplations entering your psyche. Those adverse considerations identified with sentiments of opposition for different individuals from humankind, specifically, certain individuals of an alternate nationality to you. It is imperative that you perceive that those musings weren't illustrative of the genuine you, since you haven't generally felt that way. I'm certain that was most likely when you would grasp individuals who were an alternate shading to yourself. After all, you just need watch youthful offspring of nursery age playing together to perceive how cheerfully they play. They regularly don't understand the other one is diverse to them. It's only pleasant to have somebody to play with, somebody who is decent to be with. As you see, bigotry is certainly not a characteristic state. Individuals may feel superfluously undermined or have been adversely impacted by others in their condition. Guardians may pass their own feelings of dread or contempt on to their youngsters, or, almost certain, they are inspired by another person's pessimistic perspectives and accept them as their own. Yet, these negative, supremacist considerations are not yours. I realize that for certain, in such a case that they were, you would not be here now, tuning into this sleep-inducing session and looking for my assistance to conquer those negative considerations and emotions. So console yourself now, here in the security of entrancing that bigot contemplations don't have a place with you. They have a place with some other forlorn soul who should be free of those musings. We as a whole have musings that we are awkward with now and again. The majority of us remember they are not our contemplations and reject them insane. What's more, this is actually what you will do, should any of those negative racial considerations endeavor to enter your psyche. You realize that contemplations can be considerations, however you don't need to think them. Because they briefly go through your brain doesn't imply that they need engaging. So you can reject them directly insane and move on to some other upbeat, positive idea. You perceive that we are for the most part individuals, and underneath the shade of our skin, we are actually indistinguishable to any other individual. The shade of one's skin relies upon our predecessors' qualities and whereabouts on the planet they are from. Throughout the hundreds of years, humanity has gone far and wide, combined with individuals of every single distinctive culture, settled and delivered youngsters, grandkids, incredible grandkids, etc. What's more, if you somehow happen to follow your own precursors' ancestry, there is no uncertainty that you would discover follows from a wide range of races along the line. The facts confirm that a few people who are an alternate shading to you aren't generally as well as can be expected be. In any case, on the other hand, there are your very own large number shading and nationality who likewise have numerous deficiencies. There are great and terrible individuals everywhere throughout the world. Most of these individuals are great and good-natured and live the most ideal way they know how. Others may have encountered troublesome childhoods, enduring hardship that we would never envision, and finish up on the wrong way throughout everyday life. Also, for those lamentable individuals, you can encounter sympathy and compassion and endeavor to help as well as can be expected. Obviously, I realize I don't have to disclose to all of you this. You definitely know. Similarly as you definitely realize that those negative musings that flew into your brain had appropriate to be there. Those racial musings don't have a place with you. They are not yours and you don't need them. So you realize that you should and you will kill those contemplations for the last time. You truly need to be freed of those considerations, which is the reason you are here, tuning into me today. Presently, more often than not, when we have something that has a place with another person, we would discover them and give it back. Notwithstanding, there are times when something is too hazardous to even think about giving back, and this is one of those occasions. So we will discover another approach to free you of those undesirable contemplations. To do this, I might want you to fabricate a picture in your brain and add to this picture the same number of tactile observations as you can. Envision it in delightful hues. Upgrade any sense and related taste or material sensations. What's more, I need you to envision yourself strolling through dazzling forests with tall, verdant trees. It is harvest time, fall, and the ground is canvassed in a floor covering of yellow, dark-colored and red-gold leaves. As you track cautiously through the wood, you hear the periodic pop of broken twigs underneath, and there is a smelly moistness noticeable all around, a hearty smell which floats agreeably to your noses. You breathe in the smell now, the twigs, the leaves, the clamminess, breathe in it now, take a full breath in through your nose. Truth is stranger than fiction. From time to time you hear the stir and peep of feathered creatures in the trees, and notice the example of the daylight as it all of a sudden shows up and afterward vanishes. Notice how a portion of the trees have been felled. One specifically only over yonder is lying over your way, welcoming you to come and take a seat and rest for some time. You step cautiously over the leaves and twigs and rest your tired body for some time. The bark is harsh, but the firm, strong wood underpins your weight and you feel good and loose. It's a brilliant inclination to rest here in your forest. Checking out, you see how this zone has shaped a clearing, and adjacent somebody has as of late had a little flame. The coals are as yet shining. The flame is totally sheltered and contained inside a hover of stones. You take a long broken dainty branch that is lying on the ground and stir the flame in all respects delicately. A fire gleams and a line of blue smoke floats into the air. Inquisitive, you assemble a couple of twigs starting from the earliest stage, place them onto the flame, and soon it is consuming pleasantly. You warm your hands on the flame. Feel the warmth as your fingers and the palms of your hands start to shiver. Your brain is inactively floating along in this resting place when abruptly you see one of those shocking supremacist considerations endeavoring to enter your psyche. You have no clue where it originated from, however you quickly perceive that this musing is too negative to even consider entertaining. The idea is by all accounts spoken to by a square maybe only a little one possibly somewhat greater but since it has structure, you understand you can rationally discharge that thoroughly considered of your psyche and task it on to the flame. The flame excitedly acknowledges and eagerly eats up this negative idea. It snaps and bursts until the musing is totally gone. What's more, promptly that idea has been eaten up by the flame. The flame sends a slight float of pink smoke into the air. Transfixed, you relentlessly watch the pink smoke, seeing how it frames a delightful warm heart noticeable all around. It is as if the flame is sending its gratitude to you, expressing gratitude toward you for the chance of disposing of the negative idea. Also, you acknowledge its blessing, similarly as you acknowledge yourself and every single living thing on our wonderful planet. The flame is promptly fulfilled and fades away to rest, its ashes tenderly blurring as the flame rapidly chills off. You understand that the thinking is currently gone. It is gone for eternity. It had no spot in your psyche. You didn't need it or need it, so you surrendered the idea to the flame and acknowledged its blessing. This makes you feel cheerful, it makes you feel better. This encourages you to acknowledge that those musings were not you. They didn't speak to your identity, and you changed those contemplations into something unmistakably progressively positive. That excellent feeling that is called love. Furthermore, should any of those negative considerations endeavor to enter your brain later on, you quickly envision your flame in the forest clearing and surrender the idea to the flame. Also, the flame enthusiastically eats up the idea and sends up its give of a delightful pink heart. What's more, you acknowledge it and this makes you feel better. It fulfills you in substance. What's more, these wonderful emotions and musings stay with you long after this session. They can promptly come back to your mindfulness at whatever point they are required, at whatever point they are needed. Very soon we are going to come back to the ordinary, cognizant condition and leave your creative scenes in the domains of your superb, subliminal personality. Keep in mind, forget, this is where they are constantly accessible at whatever point you need them, at whatever point you need them. So start to reorient yourself back to the without a moment's hesitation. Know about where you are resting and your delicate relaxing. Know about the brilliant emotions inside you. Also, in your very own uncommon time, return to your own cognizant mindfulness and take a decent, profound, ameliorating inhale and open your eyes as you feel invigorated and caution and prepared to enable these recommendations to work for you.